Space is often described as the final frontier, a vast, endless darkness stretching beyond imagination. But what if I told you there's a place on Earth that's even more mysterious? A place so hostile that only a handful of humans have ever visited it. A place where the pressure is strong enough to crush steel, where sunlight has never reached, and where strange creatures survive in conditions that seem impossible. Here's the unsettling part. We've mapped the surface of Mars in greater detail than parts of our own ocean floor. Think about that for a moment. Humanity has sent spacecraft billions of miles into space. Yet beneath the waves of our own planet lies a world we barely understand. And at the center of that mystery is a place known as Challenger Deep, the deepest known point in Earth's oceans. A place that makes outer space seem familiar. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. For thousands of years, humans feared what lurked beneath the sea. Ancient sailors told stories of giant monsters, sea serpents, bottomless abysses. Most of those stories turned out to be myths, but the truth may be even more frightening. Because unlike space, where telescopes allow us to observe distant galaxies, the deep ocean hides its secrets completely. And nowhere is that more true than the Mariana Trench. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench stretches for over 1,500 miles. Its deepest point is Challenger Deep, nearly 11 kilometers below the surface. To put that into perspective, if Mount Everest were dropped into the trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. At that depth, conditions become almost unimaginable. The pressure exceeds 1,000 times the pressure we experience at sea level. Every square inch is subjected to forces equivalent to the weight of dozens of elephants. Without specialized equipment, a human would be crushed instantly. No air, no sunlight, no warmth, just endless darkness. And yet, something lives there. For a long time, scientists believed life couldn't survive at such depths. They were wrong. The deeper researchers explored, the stranger the discoveries became. Translucent fish with glowing organs, ghostly jellyfish drifting through darkness, predators with oversized jaws, creatures that appear more alien than anything imagined in science fiction. One of the strangest is the anglerfish, a predator that uses a glowing lure to attract prey. In a world where sunlight doesn't exist, bioluminescence becomes nature's flashlight. But some species discovered in the deep ocean remain so unusual that scientists are still trying to understand how they survive. Every expedition reveals something new, something unexpected. A reminder that the deep ocean is one of the last truly unexplored frontiers on Earth. And that's where things become unsettling. When people hear that we know more about space than our oceans, they assume it's an exaggeration. It isn't. Scientists estimate that a significant portion of the ocean floor remains incompletely mapped in high resolution. Meanwhile, satellites have provided remarkably detailed observations of planets, moons, and distant cosmic objects. Why? Because exploring space is often easier than exploring the deep ocean. In space, there is no crushing pressure, no corrosive salt water, no darkness swallowing every beam of light. The ocean fights back. Every meter deeper creates new engineering challenges. Every expedition risks failure. That's why some areas of the deep sea remain largely unexplored even today. But what explorers have found is already enough to spark nightmares. In 1997, researchers recorded a mysterious underwater sound. It became known simply as the Bloop. The signal was extraordinarily powerful. So powerful that it was detected thousands of miles apart. Almost immediately, theories exploded across the internet. Some believed it came from a giant unknown creature. Others suggested something far more sinister. For years, nobody knew the source. While scientists later proposed natural explanations involving ice movement, The mystery captured public imagination for one simple reason. The deep ocean is one of the few places where something enormous could still remain hidden. And we might never know. Only a tiny number of people have ever reached Challenger Deep. The descent takes hours. As the surface disappears above, sunlight gradually fades away. Blue becomes black. The ocean becomes silent, empty, endless. Then eventually, the bottom appears. A barren landscape untouched by human civilization. No cities, no roads, no signs of life as we know it. Just darkness stretching in every direction. Many explorers describe the experience as both beautiful and terrifying. Not because of what they saw, but because of what they didn't. The realization that humanity occupies only a tiny corner of a much larger world. Space is terrifying because it's vast. But the deep ocean is terrifying because it's close. Right now, beneath ships crossing the Pacific Ocean. Beneath beaches filled with tourists. Beneath millions of square miles of water. Exists a world that remains largely unexplored. A world filled with strange life forms, unknown ecosystems, and mysteries waiting to be discovered. Space feels distant. The ocean feels personal. It's part of our own planet, and yet it remains one of the least understood places humanity has ever encountered. That's what makes it so unsettling. Not the monsters, not the darkness, not even the crushing pressure, but the fact that after centuries of exploration, we still don't fully know what's down there. The deepest part of the sea reminds us that the greatest mysteries aren't always found among the stars. Sometimes they're hidden beneath our feet, waiting in darkness, waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this journey into one of Earth's greatest mysteries, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Would you rather travel to outer space, or descend into the deepest part of the ocean? Subscribe for more unbelievable facts, mysteries, and stories that reveal just how strange our world really is. And until next time, stay curious.